All right, guys, 11/11/2016. This is a late night, later evening video. Did not expect to do this today, and I've sort of been pushed into recording this. It's not under my volition to do this, but there's a couple of very important things that I gotta sort of talk to you guys about and divulge. Number one, I've got some barn burner info on the Trump-Obama meeting. I haven't categorized and choreographed everything yet, but it's bombshell. Wow. It's going to help you guys, and it's very, very, very inside. It's going to help you guys. It's not going to help. It's going to alleviate all of your insecurities, feelings, apprehensions, counter ideas about what's going on with the whole Trump thing. I'll get that to you shortly. What I want to talk about tonight is what happened to me last night. Wow. Yeah, it's like space human type stuff, but space human really, really potent. Only because my contacts, and you guys know, especially for the members that have been here for quite a while, that space humans come in, space humans go out. They're not around all the time, and they seem to perk up and pick up on very climactic times. And this is no exception. I was taken on a ship last night, and they, meaning the upper dimensionals, third dimensional beings that are a lot more complete than us humans here that are distracted and disoriented by the Illuminati and media and all of the games, sort of had a little thing that they were doing with me, and they have the ability to cloud your memory. They have the ability to cloud your, because again, we're in a physical body. They have the ability to put scenes up which you think are happening, but they're not really happening, because there's other things that they're doing with you. And not necessarily with you, in addition to you. Or not to you, but in addition with you. I hope this all makes sense. So I'm on the ship, and I didn't realize at first. I'm sitting there thinking that I'm hanging out with David Lee Roth, listen to this, of Van Halen, and we're going to different strip clubs. And I'm going, wait a minute, what the fuck is, what is this all about? And it wasn't like a normal dream type instance that I would have. It seemed very odd. And we kept going to these different strip clubs, and I'm going, what the heck is that? Whorehouses and all these different things. And I really wasn't doing anything. It was always just watching David Lee Roth just go crazy. I'm thinking to myself, aside from the dream state, because a lot of times in dream state, there's 2 or 3 different levels. I mean, I could many times be dreaming of 3 different things at the same time. And now I understand why. So the platform of this David Lee Roth thing was so unreal. It just was not real. And I broke through that dream state, and I was able to see what was going on in reality. And I was on a ship, and that was the Drak, the reptilians, the Anunnaki, but not the Anunnaki. I'm going to explain this a lot later. But there was like a 10-foot Godzilla, and I'm on a table. And they were doing something medically. They're always, I've talked about the space demons. They're always cleaning my heart chakra out. I talked about that. Well, these Drak were doing something medically to me. And I broke through the illusion that they were trying to put in my head in the dream state, because they always take you out on a ship and then put you in the dream state. And I was able to figure out what was really going on. And there are energies, there are helpers that are reptilian. I'm going to say it again. There are helpers that are reptilian. So there's an 8-foot, 10-foot Godzilla standing next to me. I'm on some type of table. It was like a medical type table. I think it was made out of silver. And so I woke up and I'm like, oh, hey, what's going on? And I wasn't shocked at all. I wasn't bewildered. I was just having a conversation as I'm laying down this table, and there's a 10-foot reptilian Drock standing next to me with some instruments in his hand. But they're not surgical instruments. They're magnetic instruments. They're etheric instruments. And I don't know exactly what they were doing. I have an idea of what they were doing, and it's not important to this video. But I had a conversation with this Drock, and I was getting information about this Trump thing that's going on, and it was I'm still blown away by it. And I also got a lot of intel or information about the true relevance of metals, the true relevance of gold, the true relevance of silver, why they're doing everything with these metals, because everything that happens in the markets with the metals doesn't make any sense. And there's some very powerful revelations that happened. I do not know if I'm going to share this. I still have to tabulate it. I probably will, now that I've brought it up. And it was just bizarre. These beings, and there's a difference between the reptilians that are evil and the Drock that are positive. And I'm going to get into that later in probably some videos. But the message that was put forth, it's all telepathic. They don't talk to you in a language. They make noises. There's like, not clicks, but I want to say there's sub auditory things that are hummed, but there's no language. It's all telepathic. It's all, and you can transfer a whole Encyclopedia Britannica collection within 2 seconds. And I might be actually understating that or overstating that, but it'll give you an idea of how fast the information travels. And I was like, okay, I'm down with this. That's perfect. You want to travel at this speed? Hey, I'm in. And that's probably one of the reasons why I was on the ship. So, as far as the metals market go, I got to tabulate that. And it's not a market. It's not a market. I will give you a clue right now. The metals industry has to deal with space, human, extraterrestrial trade. Okay? There's very important reasons for these metals that humans are not evolved enough to understand what's really going on. And I'm probably going to break that to you guys. And I'm also going to break to you guys the Trump revelation, his little meeting, that little meeting with him and Obama. Okay, I'm going to give you guys the insight about what was going on with that. I got to tabulate that. But I wanted to preface this and just say that the intel is in. I just got to turn it over to you guys. And also, we need to have a different interpretation of the reptilians, or the Drock. They told me that they were the Drock. And I'm going, okay. And the telepathy that I gained was that there's a difference between the Drock and the Illuminati and the reptilians. So, and these were Drock. I'm going to get into that too at a later date. But I want to fill you guys in. As you've seen on Disinfowars, many changes are happening, and many changes are going to continue to happen as the planet evolves, as we evolve. And what the Drock told me to tell you guys was, and I'm going to close with this, they said to me, why do you think Jesus only had 12 disciples? And I said, well, I don't know. I mean, your interpretation of Jesus is probably a lot different than my interpretation of Jesus. And they said to me, Jesus only had 12 disciples because there was only 12 people that had enough intuition, knowledge, and understanding to listen to him. They said, do the math. Jesus fed the 5,000, but he only had 12 disciples. Where did the other 4,900 XYZ people go? He fed them. Where did they go? I've always said it's not about numbers on this side. It's about quality, it's about content, and it's about internal energy output. And they just verified that for me. Why did Jesus only have 12 disciples? Because there was only 12 people around who got it. So, hey, I'm trying to put in perspective what I'm saying to you tonight, and I'm trying to say to you guys, the few that are subs compared to the 4,900 that don't listen, you guys are on point, and you're going to get rewarded for it, and you're going to get a lot of special intel and information that nobody else is getting. So, am I watching a Godzilla movie tonight? No. Am I going to watch some Godzilla movies in the future? Yeah, because I'm going to go meet him again. And in the interim, I'm going to keep you guys filled in. 11:11. I think the date's very important, and the counter on the video is clicking at 11:57:58, 12 minutes, so it's time to go. Numbers match up. Numbers are important. We're going to talk about that too. Wow, big video tonight. Okay, guys, peace, love, and keep it calm. Thanks.